welcome to Inside Racing as we begin Travers Week. Travers Week means that we're way past the midway point and we're heading to the climatic week. The Alabama's been run. You'll see that later. The Travers will be run. And it's shaping up as a super Travers. The horses you want to be there will be there. And one of those horses is trained by our guest with the very romantic name of H. James Bond. He was second in the Jim Dandy with Willer's Way. That horse will be back, and we'll meet him, find out where did he get that wonderful name. Did Ian Fleming give it to him, or did his parents? Right back with H. James Bond. Well, here we are in the paddock with H. James Bond, and it's Howard, isn't it?
No, it's Harold.
Harold. You were born Harold J. Bond, but it's Harold James Bond.
You got it, yeah.
And always known as James?
No, Jim, yeah, right from day one, really. And like I say, they finally found when I was in freshman high school, my first name was Harold, and unfortunately it stuck for a little while, but I always liked Jim.
And you're actually older than the Ian Fleming creation.
Exactly.
So we can honestly say that when Durkin says James Bond, it's not too bad. He's on the money.
Exactly.
Now, you come from the Finger Lakes area.
Exactly. I've got a home and a farm up there in Victor, New York.
And that's where you started training horses.
Yeah, from day one.
And you and David Donk were friends back then?
Very good friends, and we graduated from the same high school. And
your families know each other?
Very well, yeah.
Now, David, who got here first?
David went for Woody, worked for Woody Stevens,
yeah,
of course,
as an assistant.
And then I followed fairly close after, but I was based out of Finger Lakes. And we've been here about 6, 7 years now, racing here, and the last 5 years strong on the New York circuit.
But you're still in Finger Lakes.
Oh, I've got a small division there, a dozen horses, yeah.
You told me you popped up there this weekend and won a little stake.
Yeah, I won the Lady Fingers, yeah, so that was okay.
So the ties are still there.
Yes, for sure.
But why is it that when you have a firster, now there are people that we say this about, you have a very good reputation when the horse comes out.
Well, I work hard for first-time starters. I think it's a real important thing to send them over there and start a good beginning. And so I guess everybody follows that.
It's good for the owners, too.
Great for the owners.
Now, which owner brought you from Finger Lakes down here? Who helped you make the jump?
Well, Virginia Kraft Payson, of course, was a great additive. She sent me horses in the beginning years, and the first horse we ran for set a track record, a horse called Wondrous Wise. And from there, it was just all uphill. The Rudders, Mr. and Mrs. Rudder, I've had horses for them longer than Mrs. Payson, and they started buying better horses when Mrs. Payson started giving me a few better ones. So
success fed success.
Is that great owner?
So she had sent you horses and they just got good, and then she said, why is he up there? Let him come down and do something here.
Exactly.
So you're really doing well.
Very fortunate.
And you're enjoying it. I can see you're enjoying it.
We're having a ball.
And you surely enjoyed the Jim Dandy.
It was a great race. We were close, but...
We're going to look at it now, and then we're going to decide why we're going to the Travers, what we're going to do in the Travers, and what our strategy will be. Let's take a look at the Jim Dandy, see how Willer's Way did in that race. We'll watch it together. What did you tell? Oh, Travers, right?
Right. Well, George, I mean, we didn't, with natural selection having gone to the Haskell, there really was a void of early speed. And Louis Cortez, we didn't want him out there all by himself with Pat Day dictating policy. So we wanted the fence, and the fence has been really quick up here, in my belief. So we tried to set a slow pace, and I think he got away with a 47 1/2 here. And
you were happy when the selection went the other way.
Exactly, yeah. And basically, in retrospect, I would rather see natural selection going with Louis. I would like to have set off with Louis here. I think this horse is a little better horse just off the pace. But here we got to have our own way, and George did a great job, and he just got beat here the last few jumps at the end of this. But he's, this colt's a little bit young yet. Just lack of race.
He's very lightly raced horse.
Very lightly raced. And you got Pat Day sitting here beside us, and you can't say enough good things when Pat Day's within 3/4 of a length. You better be nervous.
Always has something in the tank. But of course, if natural selection's in the race, it might have changed the whole race. He might have been loose, and both of you would have been trailing.
Very, very possible. But like I say, George, he did a great job here, and he gets nudged out. But I thought the colt run well, and he's got to get stronger, and he's been really training well since this race. I was a little worried that a tougher race as it was, because both these horses really came home the last 1/8 of a mile. I think they came home in 12-1, and they were one tick off the track record, so it sure wasn't.
This was stakes time. This was no joke.
No, these two just left the rest of the field, and
that's the good feeling. The rest of them are way behind. It used to be a thing as I don't know if I could have beaten the ones behind me, but in this case, the ones behind just did not fire.
Yeah, and this horse is, in retrospect, likes left-handed stick a little, and George in the race before, he didn't switch quick enough for me.
Now he switched, and the horse did start to dig in again.
Yeah, and so maybe we might watch for that a little bit in the Travers.
How about the extra 8?
I don't know. I tell you, this horse seems to me he'll run all day. I mean, he just, here he gets beat, so everybody's going to say, well, he can't go that far. His pedigree shows that he's by easy goer, and he just trains endlessly in the morning. You just can't tire this horse out. And I think he's got to be tighter and stronger after that last race. He sure shows it to me.
That would be a big feather in your cap.
Be a great feather.
Would they have a ticker tape parade in Rochester?
I tell you, I'd be there to lead it. I'd be really, really proud.
And this horse is owned by your other major owners.
Yeah, that's Donald and Ann Rudder, and that's a Red Line stable. And they've been with me for, gosh, I think about 13, 14 years.
Are they from the Finger Lakes?
Yeah, they've been Finger Lakes, and they had some New York breds, a homebred top preparation. And I've just been very fortunate with great owners. And Mr. Clifton's at 50%. He's been with us for about 3 years. And like I said, just great owners make...
You and David have made great inroads in New York. You're really up the top echelon of our trainers.
We're fortunate.
Now, what about Le Carrière? Let's go back to some bad news.
Le Carrière, unfortunately, was very disappointing, of course, in his last 2 races. But I will tell the world, don't ever forget Le Carrière. He will be back.
What are we going to do, rest him a while?
No, he's coming back. He'll run in the Saratoga Cup. I just received the weights, and we're going to the Saratoga Cup, and we got to redeem ourselves. And we won it last year, and I'm going to try our darndest to win it this year.
Okay, how many of those good 2-year-olds in the barn that'll be coming soon? I'll say it's Bond, it must be okay.
We've got a couple yet left.
Got a few left that you haven't unveiled.
I hope so.
Okay, and we're seeing you in the Travers this Saturday. That's a grade 1. Have you won a grade 1?
No, it'll be my first grade 1.
Okay, so pretty exciting.
It's really exciting.
We got a lot of fans up in the Finger Lakes area, so they know you, but the rest of you may not know. This is H. James Bond, and he stirs up a pretty good horse. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you in the Travers. Right back with Races of the Week. Joined now by my co-host here, John Imbriale, also pre-race prattler extraordinaire for those who are lucky enough to get race day. John, you've seen all these races. In fact, you've seen them all 3 or 4 times. Where are we going to start?
Well, we're going to start here at Saratoga. Where else? Actually, the past weekend was terrific for the girls. The Travers coming up for the boys. But we'll begin with the 2-year-olds. Always special here at Saratoga. The Saratoga Special. 2-year-olds, a grade 2, 6.5 furlongs. Tom Durkin with the call.
And they're off. Gray Raider, all chatter, down inside MP Fancy Man. Up the back stretch. It's all chatter, short lead. MP Fancy Man is right there. So is Partners Hero. And so is Spy Intrigue. Just a Cat with the pace. On the far outside, it's Gray Raider. MP Fancy Man shuffled back to 6th. And farther back, it's Bombay Gold, 7th by 3, followed by Knight in Reno and Bud Littner. And it's a long way back to Prairie Junction. Prairie Junction has spotted the field a half a dozen lengths. The pace is sizzling the opening quarter in 21-4. Around the far turn, it's all chatter by ahead. Just a Cat pressing on the outside. Gray Raider right there, 3rd. Spy Intrigue is running in 4th. Bombay Gold moving on the outside now from 5th. A break of 3. Back to Bud Littner. Knight in Reno down inside. And Partners Hero has stopped abruptly. The field turning for home. All chatter, Just a Cat, Gray Raider. The 3 of them headlong into the last furlong. Farther back, Bombay Gold is 4th. Then Spy Intrigue, Knight in Reno. Final furlong. All chatter still there. Under a left-handed whip, Gray Raider with a final try. Just a Cat 3rd, 100 yards out. All chatter still there. All chatter will win. All chatter wins.
No horse in this race on paper figured to have as much speed as All Chatter, and he does it.
He does it on the front end. All Chatter, owned by Goslow Stable, Jack Shelley, Alan Brodsky, and trainer Stanley Huff. Jorge Chavez aboard. All Chatter broke his maiden here and now wins the Saratoga Special. Gray Raider was 2nd. Just a Cat finished 3rd. Let's go to the turf now for the Grade 2 Bernard Baruch Handicap. This one at 1 mile and a furlong. Let's take a look at it.
And they're off. Turk Passer sets out for the lead. Toward the outside, Marcy's Ensign. Down toward the inside, Brave Note. Lost Soldiers in between horses. Compadre on the outside. Under the line the first time, and Marcy's Ensign has a short early lead. Turk Passer is down inside, running second, with Lost Soldier in behind. Compadre rating just outside the leaders. Same Old Wish had to steady. Brave Note down inside. I'll Fax You had to take up sharply round the turn. Turk Passer has the lead now by a length. Marcy's Ensign running second. Lost Soldier third. Compadre fourth on the outside. Green Means Go in the thick of it, running in fifth. Same Old Wish 3 wide, sixth. Brave Note down inside, running in seventh position. Volo Sheen is at the back of the pack with My Mogul and I'll Fax You, who had that trouble on the first turn. Moving up the backstretch, it's Turk Passer with the short lead. Compadre taking the race to him now. Compadre coming after the lead in earnest. Same Old Wish is third on the outside. Then it's Marcy's Ensign fourth. Lost Soldier down inside fifth. Green Means Go is only 3 lengths from the lead with less than a half mile to go. Volo Sheen is in within striking range, only 5 lengths from the front. Then Brave Note, My Mogul, and I'll Vex You. As the field rounds the far turn, it's Compadre. Compadre taking charge. Turk Passer left behind second, but here comes Green Means Go. It's Compadre in front. Green Means Go running second. Volo Sheen is coming with his run now. On the outside third. Then down toward the inside, it's a weakened Turk Passer. Same Old Wish has faded to fifth. My Mogul takes to the far outside, and they're at the top of the stretch. Compadre in a full-out drive, trying to hold off the oncoming Volo Sheen on the outside. Green Means Go continues to battle away. Compadre desperately trying to hold Volo Sheen. Volo Sheen has a short lead. Green Means Go. Compadre down inside. Brave Note too late. Volo Sheen has won.
Trainer Niall O'Callaghan has wanted to win a graded stake here at Saratoga, but he shipped this horse to Arlington, liked the way it ran, brought it back here, turns it into the Bernard Baruch, and wins it for the Stonerside stable. Pate aboard.
Always nice to see that horse make that brush midway around the far turn. Volo Sheen did that and goes on to victory. Green Means Go was second, the favorite, and then Compadre finished third. Let's go to the Grade 1s now here at Saratoga, beginning with the 116th running of the Alabama 3-year-old fillies, 1.25 miles the distance. Tom Durkin calls it.
And they're off in the Alabama. And Mama Dean breaks first. Asina was off to a good beginning, and Asina heading toward the lead early. Mama Dean, though, will keep her company, and Golden Delicious tucks inside. A headstrong Mama Dean going on with it. Asina sits back second by 3. Golden Delicious third. Yanks Music is running in fourth. Listening on the outside fifth. My Flag down on the rail, running in sixth position in the early going. Weekend in Seattle is the trailer. A bit rank, but on the lead is Mama Dean through an opening quarter of 23 and 4/5 seconds. Mama Dean is the leader. And Pat Day has a good hold of Asina, sitting chilly, second by 3.5 lengths. Golden Delicious is rating third. On the outside, Yanks Music is fourth. Chris McCarron and Listening have Jerry Bailey and My Flag pinned down inside at this juncture. Then it's a break of 3 back to Weekend in Seattle. Mama Dean breezing along, uncontested, and the pace is very ordinary here. 48-3 for the opening half mile. Long shot Mama Dean continues to control the pace with 5 furlongs to go. Asina has yet to make a move, sitting back in second. Yanks Music draws in closer third. On the outside, Listening with a clear aim fourth. My Flag in a bit of traffic. Then down inside, it's Golden Delicious. Weekend in Seattle trails the field. Mama Dean still there. She ran 3/4 in 1:13.1. Mama Dean leads by 3. Asina second. Yanks Music third. The gray filly from California Listening on the outside of My Flag, still down on the rail. They're nearing the top of the stretch. Mama Dean weakening now. Asina has taken the lead. Yanks Music is right on her neck. Listening in full flight. My Flag fifth, and under the whip she's taken to the outside for the run of the stretch. At the top of the stretch, it is Yanks Music. Yanks Music on the outside of Asina. Those two going head-to-head for the final furlong. Listening is third. My Flag is fourth. They're coming to the final 16th. And John Velasquez rouses Yanks Music to the lead, and she will win the 116th Alabama. and an exuberant John Velasquez aboard.
And they were talking about Leo O'Brien getting the duck here at Saratoga. Perhaps that's why his son-in-law, John Velasquez, was punching the air. Yanks Music, a horse that likes its races space. She just buried this field in the Alabama for Michael Fennessy, Audrey Hastings Cooper, John Velasquez, and Leo O'Brien.
And it'll probably be a long time till you get 6-1 again on Yanks Music. Asina was second. The favorite, My Flag, was third. Grade 1 on Sunday, featuring the older girls, fillies and mares, and the Ballerina Handicap. This one at 7 furlongs. The favorite, number 6, Capote Bell.
They're in the gate. And they're off. Golden Attraction off to a good start. Capote Bell came out alertly on the outside. Golden Attraction will be the early leader. And she steps away by 2. Capote Bell is running second and well off the rail. Chaposa Springs is third in the early going. Twist of Fleet is racing in fourth. She's taken to the outside now. In conference under stout restraint. At stretch running, Broad Smile is at the back of the pack. The filly champion, Golden Attraction, is the leader. And the big filly, Capote Bell, is right with her. The opening quarter in 22 and 2/5 seconds. As they move past the half-mile pole, Capote Bell getting on even terms with Golden Attraction. And it is Capote Bell and Golden Attraction going head-to-head. Their strides synchronized on the turn. 4 lengths back to Twist the Fleet, running third. Chaposa Springs is fourth. Broad Smile and In Conference. As they approach the top of the stretch, they ran a remarkable half here in 44 and 4/5 seconds. Capote Bell and Golden Attraction head-to-head as the field turns for home. Chaposa Springs gets in gear on the outside. Twist the Fleet is fourth. At the top of the stretch, it is Capote Bell forging to a short lead. Golden Attraction couldn't stay with her. Chaposa Springs is fresh in third. In the final furlong, Capote Bell, John Velasquez pleading for another 1/16 of a mile. Chaposa Springs is coming hard and has collared Capote Bell, and Chaposa Springs has passed her. It's Chaposa Springs to win the Ballerina by a neck. Over.
Unusual race because 3 winners of the test met in this. Twist of Fleet won it a couple of years ago. Chaposa Springs won it last year. Capote Bell won it this year. But today, it was Chaposa Springs getting the perfect trip and winning the race under Shane Sellers for Suresh Chintamanini. Marty Wilson, the trainer, he was not up here. Incidentally, he watched it on TV.
Chaposa Springs just brilliant at the 7 furlong distance. 10 wins in 12 starts. Chaposa Springs takes the Ballerina. Capote Bell settled for second. Broad Smile was third. We'll go out of town now to Monmouth Park for the Grade 2 Sapling Stakes. This is for 2-year-olds, $200,000 pot. Here's Larry Culmus with the call.
We're all set to go, all in line. They're off in the Sapling, and they came off to a beautiful start. Mercer Mill grains up on the outside, broke well. There goes Harley Tuned, and sent through on the inside is Johnny Legit with Smoke Glacken, and Country Rainbow's right there on the inside. Johnny Legit has a head in front down the backstretch. Country Rainbow on the inside second, Smoke Glacken a close third, and these 3 are in a big battle for the early lead past the opening quarter in 21 and 1. That's just an absolutely flying opening quarter. Harley Tuned is fourth, sitting off the pace. Then a gap of 3 to capture the gold. Grab time, Michael and Grains up. 3 lengths farther back to Mercer Mill. Melifont is next, and then it's Bullet Valet. Around the far turn, Johnny Legit and Smoke Glacken heads apart. They met last time. They're stride for stride at the quarter pole today. After a half of 44 flat, Harley Tune is coming up after them 3 wide. Into the stretch, it's Smoke Glacken and Craig Perret opening up a length and a half lead. And Harley Tune is coming to take him on now. Johnny Legit's had enough. Then it's Country Rainbow and Capture the Gold. But Smoke Glacken's the real thing. It's going to be Smoke Glacken to win it again. Smoke Glacken takes the Sapling under Craig Perret. It was Harley Tune second.
This horse probably would have been the favorite if Lucas hadn't been sending out 3-horse entries. Smoke Glacken was okay. It won the Tyro here, and now it annexes the Sapling. For Roberts, Carkenny, and Levy, Henry Carroll, the trainer, Craig Perret.
Smoke Glacken, 2-year-old gray son of Two Punch, wins it. Harley Tune was second. Country Rainbow, one of those Lucas horses, finished third.
Travers Week, Travers Day. We want to just concentrate a little bit on it because it'll be a bit different than in previous years. First post time on Travers Day is 12 noon. And you'll be out of here with a 10-race card at 5:22, so you'll have plenty of time to party.
That's good for you. You can make that pickup for the Chinese food kind of on the early side on Saturday night.
That's because nobody invites me. That's true. That's all right.
But Travers Day, yes, will begin at 12 o'clock. You'll be out of here at a very reasonable time. And if you like to come early and come in the morning, the gates, the parking gates and the admission gates will open at 7 a.m. There will be training on the main track from 7 to 8, so you can take a look at that for a while. I'm sure there'll be something you can pick up for breakfast as well. And then you can stay here. If you come that early, just stay here for the rest of the day. We don't know what you'll do for that amount of time, but you can come that early if you like.
If it's a beautiful day, it doesn't matter. Right. It's a nice park, and it's, again, with an early post, what's the big deal if you're here for 5 hours waiting for the first race? I did that many a time for a Belmont Stakes when I was younger.
Yes, and as far as the race is concerned, we know that there's going to be pace in there because you've got Will's Way and Louis Couture's. Wayne Lucas is sending out an entry. Dr. Caton will be the speed horse. Editor's note, the Belmont winner will be coming from behind. And let's not forget Skip Away.
Skip Away probably be the favorite. Could be Louis, but it's probably going to be Skip Away coming off his win at Monmouth.
Yeah, so a pretty interesting race. Wayne Lucas won it last year. He's going to probably send out 2 this year to try to get it again. You spoke to H. James Bond. He's high on Will's Way. I'm sure all the trainers are high on their horses going into this Travers Stakes on Saturday.
It's going to be a good race, believe it. It's very small, not a 14-horse field, which we've had in the past, but as good as it's going to get, really worth seeing. And there are other races. You heard him talk about Le Carrier making a comeback. That'll happen, I think, on Sunday.
That's on Sunday, the Saratoga Cup, Mahogany Hall, Le Carrier, some others. Backing up a few days on Friday, it'll be the John Morris Handicap. I believe that's a grade 1. And we do have to look ahead a little bit further down the road, 10 days from now, Friday, August the 30th, because you will get to see, not in a race, but you'll get to see him on the track, the Big Horse Cigar.
Cigar plus a poster, an autographed poster of the great horse. I think Paulson will sign it, Jerry and Billy.
That's correct. All 3 will have their autographs on there, and that's Friday, August 30th, between races and the poster giveaway. Hey, we had a terrific turnout when we pointed out that he was going to work on a Wednesday morning, I believe. We had a lot of people here, so I'm sure there's going to be people come out that Friday.
A lot of people are going to come out for the parade. You'll see him up here. You'll see him racing at Belmont Park if you'll join us there. But this will be your opportunity to see Cigar during a racing day and get a poster. Obviously, we'll be talking about that again next week. 12 o'clock post. Come on up. We're heading into that last week. You know that then I'm going to give you another push on why you should be here. But if you can make it for Travers Week, once again, remember, it's an event as well as a horse race. You're at a major event. Good night. Happy Travers to you from Inside Racing.
Good night.
Good evening. Welcome to the show. Another beautiful morning here at Saratoga as we record Inside Racing. A bit of history was made. The Travers was run. We're into our last week, which we'll talk about even later, tell you what's coming up. But we did have the Travers, and we did have the Saratoga Cup. And for those of you who watched Inside Racing last week, the lucky few, you met trainer H. James Bond as he was about to have probably the biggest weekend of his life so far, sweeping both major stakes here at Saratoga. We're hoping to have jockey Jorge Chavez, who enjoyed this weekend with Mr. Bond a little bit later on, but we have races of the week, a lot of grade 1s. Let's get to it. John Imbriale and I will join you with them right after this. John is here with me now. We're going to look at a lot of grade ones, and some of them were up here.
Some of them were up here, also at Monmouth and Arlington. But let's begin right here at Saratoga, the Grade 1 John A. Morris Handicap. This is for fillies and mares, 1.25 miles on the main track. Let's take a look at all of it. Tom Durkin with the call.
And they're off. Urbane took a stutter step start right at the beginning. Golden Bride down inside. Now Urbane gets on track and comes up and after the lead. Shoop! And there she is, up close early as they move by us for the first time. Urbane is the leader. Shoop on the outside to prompt the pace. Golden Bride down on the fence, saving ground third. Head East is fourth. Return of Mom is fifth. And Frolic is guided to the inside sixth. Transient Trend had to steady in behind Frolic. A lot of dancing is the trailer as they round the clubhouse turn. It's Urbane and Shoop right at her neck, the opening quarter in a contested 24 seconds flat. Shoop coming up after the lead. Shoop on the outside and Urbane, and they are head to head as they begin their run down the back stretch, and Head East is a stalking third. On the inside, Golden Bride fourth. Return of Mom moving easily, only 4 lengths from the lead. Then it's Frolic, lot of dancing. Transient Trend trails the field. It's a tight pack that moves up the backstretch. The opening half mile in 48 2/5 seconds. Urbane continues to race head-to-head with Shoop. Head East is at a perfect trip, stalking the pacemakers third. On the inside, Golden Bride is fourth. In between horses, Frolic fifth. Return of Mom clear of traffic on the outside sixth. Farther back, it's a lot of dancing and Transient Trend as they race round the far turn. It's still Urbane and Shoop. They've been 1-2 for 3/4 of a mile, and they've run 3/4 in 1:12 3, and they take their prolonged duel to the top of the stretch. It's 3 lengths back to Frolic running third. Return of Mom is fourth on the outside. Golden Bride is fifth toward the rail as the field turns for home at the top of the stretch. Shoop on the outside. On the inside, Urbane. It's nip and tuck past the 8th pole. They've been head-to-head now for 9 furlongs. And Urbane has something less for the last 1/8 of a mile. Urbane is turning back Shoop. Urbane pulling away by 3. Shoop left reeling behind Urbane today. Urbane has won by 4. Shoop was second.
A legitimate favorite here, although Shoop did give her a little trouble for the first mile or so, but Urbane is just too good. Jan Mason, Samantha Siegel, Randy Bradshaw, California takes the race. Alex Solis, who rode Dare to Go last week in Del Mar, is in for the ride.
Urbane becomes a racing millionaire with his victory in the John A. Morris Handicap. Shoop was second and Frolic finished third. We'll go sprinting now in the Grade 2 King's Bishop Stakes, run on the Travers undercard on Saturday here at Saratoga. The distance here is 7 furlongs, a Grade 2 for 3-year-olds.
And they're off. Honor and Glory comes out running immediately. Distorted Humor to his inside. Delay of Game to his outside. Just in behind. Elusive Quality. Gold Fever with the pace on the outside. Cliveden Hall lets the others fight it out. Up the backstretch, Honor and Glory, surrounded by challengers. Distorted Humor is there. In between horses, Elusive Quality and Delay of Game is in the early fray. 5 lengths, Gold Fever couldn't keep up the pace with those 4. Cliveden Hall still trails the field. Up the backstretch, they rattled off a quarter in 22 1/5 seconds. Into the far turn, Elusive Quality. Elusive Quality taking over from Honor and Glory. Delay of Game moves to second. Honor and Glory, the favorite, is back to third. Distorted Humor within striking range fourth. 5 lengths back to Gold Fever, another 5 to Cliveden Hall. They're coming to the top of the stretch. It's Elusive Quality in front, Delay of Game on the outside. Honor and Glory third at the rail. Distorted Humor swings into action on the outside. Top of the stretch, Elusive Quality. 2-length lead coming to the 8th pole. Honor and Glory trying to get back in it. Delay of Game is third. Distorted Humor fourth. Gold Fever fifth. Final 16th. Elusive Quality still in front. Honor and Glory running on bravely. He's coming fast. It's Elusive Quality. Honor and Glory. Here's the line. Too close to call. Oh.
A sign of a champion. Honor and Glory looked beat. He's the high weight. He was giving 11 pounds to Elusive Quality. He comes back under Jose Santos for Michael Tabor and D. Wayne Lucas.
Honor and Glory takes the King's Bishop. Elusive Quality was second in that exciting finish, and Distorted Humor was third. 7 furlongs, 121.78. We'll take a look now at half of the big weekend for Jorge Chavez and H. James Bond. The Saratoga Cup Handicap, a grade 3, 1.25 miles for 3-year-olds and up. Here again is Tom Durkin.
And they're off. Jorge Chavez is sending Le Carriere on the far outside, but Suave Prospect is the quicker of the two early. Moving by us for the first time. Suave Prospect strikes up for the lead. Here comes Le Carriere up and after him. Just in behind, it's Peaks and Valleys, Golden Larch, and Rugged Bugger down on the fence. Then a break of 5. Back to come on Flip, Personal Merit, and Mahogany Hall at the back of the pack. Around the first turn, Suave Prospect is the lead. Golden Larch, and a bit of a jackpot there, had to check repeatedly, shuffled back to 5th. Suave Prospect in front, Le Carriere moving with him. The opening quarter went in 23 2/5 seconds. Peaks and Valleys sitting just outside the lead. Then Rugged Bugger. Golden Larch steadied repeatedly on the first turn is 5th, about 3 lengths from the lead. There's a break of 3 back to come on Flip, and another 4 back to stretch runners, Personal Merit and Mahogany Hall. The pace is a legitimate one. The opening half mile went in 47 3/5 seconds. Suave Prospect and Le Carriere sharing the lead. Peaks and Valleys looms just in behind the embattled leaders third. Golden Larch in the clear on the outside. Down to his inside, it's Rugged Bugger. It's another 4 back to come on Flip, and another 6 back to Mahogany Hall and Personal Merit. The field heading for the far turn. 3/4 and 1, 11 and 1. Le Carriere, last year's winner, now resting a short lead from Suave Prospect. But Peaks and Valleys looms a threatening presence on the outside. There goes Peaks and Valleys advancing to second. Toward the inside, Suave Prospect fades to third. It's a break of another 4 back to Golden Larch under the whip fourth. In the meantime, from the back of the pack, Mahogany Hall is launching his bid, but he's got a lot to do. He's still 9 lengths behind. The field turns for home. Le Carriere and Peaks and Valleys hook up at the top of the stretch, and Le Carriere is holding on. It's Le Carriere past the 8 pole in front by a length. Peaks and Valleys second. Mahogany Hall still 6 lengths to make up. Le Carriere past the 16th pole in front, and Le Carriere will win the Saratoga Cup 2 years running. Peaks and Valleys second.
H. James Bond makes it a big weekend for his 2 principal owners. He told us during the interview, I think I may have solved Le Carriere's problem. He did, it did, Chavez did. A repeat winner of the race, Virginia Craft Patience Le Carriere.
Le Carriere wins the Saratoga Cup Handicap. Peaks and Valleys was second, Mahogany Hall third. Those were the 3 favorites right there, 1, 2, 3. 1.25 miles, 2:01 and change. We'll go to Monmouth Park now for the Grade 1 Philip Island Handicap. This 1.16 miles, 3-year-olds and up. The fillies in here as well, Serena's Song. Let's get the call from Larry Culmus.
They're off in the Island, and Cozy Drive popped out of the gate very quickly, and there goes Serena's Song and Smart Strike, and they're together right on the outside of Cozy Drive past the stands for the first time. Patientville is fourth with Eltish right alongside, 2.5 off the lead. Our Emblem floated a bit wide going into that turn. He's 6th, 5 lengths to make up for Our Emblem from here. Then November Sunset, who lags behind, 12 lengths off the lead. It's Cozy Drive and Serena's Song, and they went the quarter in 23 2/5 seconds. Not that fast of a pace, and Eltish is anxious to come through on the inside of Smart Strike. Patientville is at the rail in 5th. Our Emblem 6th, 5 lengths off the lead, and 7 clear of November Sunset. The New Jersey-bred Cozy Drive has the champion filly Serena's Song a neck behind him, approaching the half-mile pole, and they've run a half in 46 4/5 seconds. Even fractions here. Smart Strike and Patientville next. Eltish is biding his time. Eddie Delahousse still has a strong hold of Eltish. 5 off the lead. Our Emblem's on his outside, and November Sunset is last, and they round the far turn. Serena's Song a neck in front of Cozy Drive, who's hanging in gamely. Smart Strike's on the attack. Patientville still needs room behind horses. Eltish is 5 wide. 3/4 in 1, 10 and 3, and Serena's Song leads them into the stretch. Here's the Canadian, Smart Strike. Eltish is on the outside. Patientville is trying to sneak through. Then it is Cozy Drive. Smart Strike is in front. In deep stretch, he's drawing away. Eltish is taken second, but the Canadian, Smart Strike, has won his 6th in a row. Eltish was
6 straight for this horse, 3 in a row this year, including the Salvador Mile down at Monmouth. A Sandy Hawley regular rider got hurt a few days ago. Craig Perret picks up the mount for Samson Farms and Mark Frostad.
Now 6 straight victories for Smart Strike. He wins the Island here. Eltish was second. The filly Serena Song finished third. A big weekend for grass racing at Arlington International. We go there now for the Beverly D Stakes. $500,000. This is for the fillies and mares. It's a grade 1, a mile and 3/16. Michael Rona gives the call.
Jimmy Kennard for the 96 Beverly D. Racing, and Perfect Dark veered outward leaving the gate, quickly gets balanced and goes up to take the early lead from Kalisa and Al Pride. Now down the outside, Oriette showing plenty of early pace in company with Olympia Dukakis and Memories. Martiara in the all red is in between, a little bit tight there, about 4 lengths off the lead, passed on the inside by Flagbird. Timarita with just 2 behind her, but it's a tightly bunched field. Duda inside Bailout Becky constitute the last pair as they race down out of the stretch on the first occasion. The leader Perfect Dark narrowly from Oriette, and next separates them presently. In third position is Kalisa finding the box seat, followed closely by Olympia Dukakis, Alpride 5th in the blue, followed by Memories, Flagbird 3 wide, Martiara 4 wide as they enter the back stretch going forward. Both Martiara and Flagbird making mid-race moves as they go past the 5/8 pole. Memories now drifting back midfield, followed by Timarita. Martiara's gone amiss. Martiara's being pulled out of the Beverly D along the back stretch. Duda and Bailout Becky still the last pair, as the leader is Perfect Dark in the run to the 3/8 turn, getting away almost a length. Oriette running second, followed by Olympia Dukakis 3 wide. Kalisa right there on the inside, just needing an ounce of luck to work clear. They're followed by Al Pride, and further back Timarita, who's trailing up strongly on the inside in the all green, but screaming out for room. Memories as wide out as they bunch up. An ounce of luck will be worth a fortune at the 3/16. Perfect Dark the leader, about 2 lengths. Timarita into the clear and giving chase in stoic fashion past the 8th pole. Here's the grey bulldog Timarita gathering in Perfect Dark to take the lead, and it's Timarita, Johnny Motor coming away to win the Beverly D. 2 lengths to Perfect Dark with Al Pride third.
You could tell on the stretch it was a European rider, John Murtaugh, with one of their invaders, the Aga Khan's Timarita. John Ox, the trainer.
Timarita takes it. Perfect Arc, the locally based horse, ran very well to be second here, and Al Pride was third. And one somber note out of the Beverly D, Martiara, who I believe was the second choice in the race, was pulled up. She then died in the horse ambulance, apparently from a pulmonary hemorrhage. We'll continue at Arlington now, the Grade 1 Arlington Million. This is for the boys on the turf, a mile and a quarter. Let's see it start to finish.
They're ready. Racing in the million. Sandpit comes away cleanly. Valinor away smartly in the green silks. Likewise, Glory of Dancer along the inside. Prince of Andros pushing through. Torch Rouge looms up to them 5 wide. No speed on early. Needle Gunners 6 deep. 2.5 lengths to Diplomatic Jet around Mekki under Wad. Just 6 lengths covers the field, and they crawl down past the line the first time. Torch Rouge inside Needle Gun by a length. Prince of Andros pulling hard. Sandpit elects to take the trail. He's 2.5 lengths from the pace. Diplomatic Jet given a bit more rein, 3 wide by Romero as they leave the straight. Glory of Dancer in the yellow silks along the inside. Valinor splits that pair. 2.5 to the back markers, Awad and Mekki keeping him company as they work past a 3/4 of a mile pole. It's Torch Rouge assuming the role of pacemaker. Needle Gun a neck away. A length and a quarter. Sandpit, who's now 3 wide, looming closer. On the inside comes Prince of Andros and Diplomatic Jet having a wide passage down the back stretch. Valinor just in behind them, 4 from the front. Glory of Dancer getting shuffled back on the inside of Awad, and Mekki is 3 wide. It's been a slowly run race at the half mile. Torch Rouge by a half length. Needle Gun second, and Sandpit looming closer with every stride. He's about to have a crack at the leader at the 3/8 turn. In behind them, Valinor making headway, but caught on the inside. Awad sweeping around the field, going up 4th at the 5/16 from Diplomatic Jet. Glory of Dancer, Mekki, Prince of Andros well back, turning for home in the million. Torch Rouge just in advance of Sandpit. Awad is charging at them down the outside. Then Needle Glory of Dancer and Mackie. Sandpit and Awad battle past the 8th pole. Awad gains the upper hand from Sandpit. Mackie coming after Awad. It's Mackie gunning down Awad in the final 16th of a mile, and Mackie is coming away to win the million. Mackie for Robbie Davis, 2 lengths Awad.
Make that 2 of our riders had a big weekend. Robbie Davis picks up the mount on Mackie. I don't believe he ever rode this colt before, and he wins it at 15-1 for James Lewis Jr. Manny Tortora. Robbie enjoyed that one.
Mackie now an earner of over $2 million in his career. Awad was second, and Sandpit finished third in the Arlington Million. And we always like to see when our riders go out of town, we always like to see them do well, especially a guy like Robbie.
Robbie's fun. We like to see him do well, and he picked up the mount, and
Right.
Mackie just always is there.
Yeah, he's always last going down the backstretch. If he makes his move, he's going to have a
If he
shot.
fires, he's going to be 1-2.
Right.
Yesterday, he fired on Sunday, which is nice
exactly
for
right.
Robbie.
And
so we
speaking
have
of jockeys,
jockeys who had a good time. We woke up Jorge Chavez, actually. We think he's showing up. He's on his way here, and he'll come, and we'll talk about a race he was in known as the Travers right after this. Had the weekend of his life, Jorge Chavez. Not a bad weekend.
No, it's a great weekend.
Never had one like that before.
No.
Same trainer, same rider.
Same trainers, same, yeah, so I guess the same groom too.
Really? Everybody was the same. It was like a team, and it was 2 different owners, but they're his 2 biggest owners.
Yeah.
So it was exciting. Now, before the race, did he tell you, what did he tell you to do? What did Mr. Bonds say?
Well, in the morning, before the race in the morning, I was working hard, so my agents called me and said to me that you gotta stop at the bank because he wanted to speak to you. All right, I said, you want to talk to me? So I go like, it was like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. So we was talking about the race, and he was telling me, you know, I have a speed today. If you see I'm going too fast, just don't worry about it. Just
rate him?
Yeah.
Let's watch the race, you and I now together, and there's something happens in this race that makes your job a lot easier. It's at the start. Let's watch the Travers. Listen to Tom Durkin, because if you didn't see it with his call, you might not know about it. Listen to what he says as the race starts. Here is the Travers.
They're in the gate. And they are off in the Travers. Dr. Caton and Jerry Bailey lost his irons coming right out of the gate. He quickly recovered, but in the meantime, Prince Heaven has gone to the lead. On the inside, Louis Quatorze is second, and Dr. Caton right up there now with Prince Heaven. Skip Away is close to the pace, and he's running 4th. To his outside, Will's Way came out in 5th early. A break of 3 to Editor's Note, and Secreto de Estado is guided to the inside. Around the clubhouse turn, Louis Quatorze and Prince Heaven to keep him company all the way. The opening quarter in 23 seconds flat, and Louis Quatorze leads the field into the backstretch. A narrow lead over Prince Heaven in the role of the spoiler here. 2 lengths back to Dr. Caton on the outside. Skip Away is kept close to the pace today. It's another 1.5 lengths back to Will's Way, who's only 4 lengths from the front runners. It's a break of another 4 back to Editor's Note. And the trailer is Secreto de Estado, while his stablemate presses the pace. The opening half mile was a demanding one. 46 1/5 seconds. Room at the inside for Skip Away. A decisive move there by Jose Santos trying to get to the lead, but Louis Quatorze holds him off. Prince Heaven continues to run with him. Will's Way takes a run at the lead on the outside. Skip Away, repelled by Louis Quatorze earlier, now retreats to 4th. Dr. Caton going in the wrong direction. Editor's Note is running today, and he's moving on the far outside around the far turn here at Saratoga. And it is Louis Quatorze with the lead now. Louis Quatorze is the leader. Prince Heaven couldn't keep with him. Will's Way is right there with him. Here comes Santos and Skip Away again for another try at the lead on the outside. And then it's Editor's Note within striking range as the field turns for home. Will's Way fighting his way to a short lead. Louis Quatorze battling on valiantly at the inside. Skip Away is 3rd with the furlong to go in the Travers. It's Will's Way, short lead. Louis Quatorze doing his best. He's still 2nd. They're giving their all, straining with every stride. Will's Way has won it. Will's Way wins a bang-up 2nd.
Well, there's nobody watching this race, Jorge, doesn't know who's hitting that horse with the stick. Does this horse know it's getting it? That's getting the old Chavez treatment?
Not really, just
something?
Sometimes some horses, not every horse. Some horses like you always you do something.
busy.
Yeah, keep busy.
When did you think you had him? Before he pulled away?
Not the last day, boy.
Not until the last day.
Yeah, because I know that Louis XIV is tough to beat that horse because he coming back always.
Yeah,
He
a
never
lot of
give
guts,
up.
a
He
lot of
don't give
guts.
up. So it's
In the gym dandy, you battled through the stretch. He beat you. Here you beat him.
Yeah, and Jim Dandy, I think I was going to beat him because I know Padre was very confident, and when he asked his horse, he get, you know, and I get a little bit trouble in that time, and he did beat me.
It was a great race, but Dr. Caton changed it all. He would have been on the lead.
Yeah.
Fascinating race, but congratulations to you, Mr. Bond, everybody, the Rutland
Thank you.
Stable. This is the final week. August 30th is the spin-away, and you will see Cigar and get that picture of him. Friday, August 30th. Saturday is the hopeful. Sunday, the big T-shirt with Man of War on it. Closing day is Monday. This is your last chance. We're open on Labor Day. Come on up. The weather's been great. Jorge Chavez has had a wonderful time up here. Good night from Inside Racing.